a star that lights the road. I'll take this ride and just drive. I wanna be the only one to make it to the light. I'll take it to the edge where I lived 1,000 lives. But maybe I could be the one right into the setting sun tonight. Just
Welcome to the British Grand Prix. Ultra takes pole position from George Benedetto, then it's Jensen Olsen, Davey Serkiera, and Blake Johnson to round off the top 5. Following them, we have Sebastian Campo, Rafael Ferrari, Revo, Vestio, Iago, and Eduardo. That's the top half. The bottom half is now starting with Cable, Boxar, and Headley. And after that, we have Taco Horn, Nicholas Palomino, Matthew Hart, Livery, Akari Sato, Ahmed Silla, Lam Fong, and CB. So here we are for the British Grand Prix. 5 red lights are among us, and they are ready to start today's race. The lights go out, we're green, we are underway. Good reaction time for Ultra, however, he's got the disadvantage of medium tyres, but he's held that inside line just what he wanted to do, and in turn 3, he will keep that inside. However, De Benedetto is going to fight. Bonkasar gets a penalty for causing collision. Yellow flag in the first sector. Ocampo's had an incident. And Iago goes by the AlphaTauri. And De Benedetto now the leader of this race as we head towards the field. And it is a good lead. De Benedetto, though, he needs to just keep pulling out an advantage. Of course, he is going to be in prime position here to take second place in the driver's standings, with Adelaide being out for quite some time now. Well, it's certainly looking likely that De Benedetto could be seeing himself second in the World Championship coming the end of the season. As for Ultra, he just needs to cruise home, deliver some solid results, and he should have this championship wrapped up in no time. But yeah, if you've not watched the news coverage over on UKB Sport, you should watch it if you haven't already. But, essentially, if you haven't seen the coverage already, well, it just discusses stuff about this league, such as the injuries of Tom Leon and Marcus Adelaide in the Canada crash. So, of course, firstly, Adelaide and Tom Leon will be off for equal amounts of time. Well, predicted to be around equal. And the areas which they would draw back, like the races, round 13 to 16. So yeah, this is a 17 race calendar, so it's not looking too good. So yeah, here's their title challenges, whether it be for whatever position, they are over, pretty much. It would require a miracle, really, for anyone else to win. Yeah, this provides some big opportunities for other teams, because Olsen, who replaced Adelaide, has a lower skill level. It's a skill level of 5. Adelaide was at 8. So McLaren are going to have less opportunities to win and score points, which is really good for Ferrari, as they could try and get this Constructors' Championship. Of course, they are already quite a distance back on McLaren. So yeah, they've still got an opportunity. They'll have to make the most of these next races, to be honest. Like outside there having it, well, not having it, so trying to get a Ferrari. Raven's out the race there, look at the car. Over there, some mechanical failure by the looks of it. Well, it's a bit more mechanical. The whole engine's just blown up and the car is on fire. And out there marks the first retirement of this British Grand Prix. Revo is now out of this race. VSC's ending, of course, if you notice, for De Benedetto does have a 5-second time penalty. And right behind him is Ultra Bro, who's off to a good getaway around Luffield corner, heading towards Woodcut. Now Ultra will have slipstream, and that's going to benefit him down the straight. It's going to be, he's not going to fall away from the McLaren as much. Further back though, Ferrari going on the inside of Cop's corner to maintain 4th position. Sergio's going to try and fight back with both these guys. One to try and catch Olsen. Off the track completely goes Ferrari, while trying to fight his Ford teammate, who actually has been confirmed as Ford driver for next season in 2023. Now, as you can see down the straight, heading into Stowe, Olsen in third, trying to maintain position. He'll want to try and get this podium for McLaren. The only way he can do that is by defending and holding off the 2 Ford drivers. Ferrari having a battle in that final corner is giving Sergio an opportunity into turn 1, and he's going to take that opportunity as Devedo gets gets into the pits. As down the inside goes Sergio up in the 3rd position. Forwards are fighting, and Ferrari gets back that position. Both of these guys with DRS, and Blazer's getting involved in this now. He's got an opportunity to try and get ahead of David Sergio, and he's going to go for it on the inside line. But this fighting will allow Olsen to pull out a gap, which is what he's doing. He is capitalising on it. He's been unfazed by any pressure he might have felt before that. He is now going just to push flat out, trying to get Ultra Roll. Of course, he's not affected by them guys back there. They're ruining their own races. They're ruining them all. No, I don't know what, I can't even talk about it. They're ruining their own races, okay? But just like we can try and get ahead of Verstio down the straight. It looks like he could easily have done that. However, Verstio still have that inside line. He can use that inside line, much like just like violating track limits. Pretty clear right there by him. As some drivers going slow through the chicane, some going fast. Verstio was cautious. A.G.E goes through. Oh god, that was close. Verstio and Wada pulling into the pit lane. As we are going to look on board to Olsen. Delivery picks up the 5-second time penalty. So let's just see. Will Olsen get ahead of Ultra as DRS becomes active? Ultra pulling away massively. Olsen's tyres don't seem to be in that good of a condition. However, he's got a good gap to the guys behind. Ferrari, David Sergio, third and 4th. I think one of them should have hit the slap, to be honest. Last lap. One of them will probably hit the slap, but going to lead the other to be on crippling pace for the rest of their stint. Now, Legend hasn't really made any progress in this. Ocampo ditching early to go for the undercut strategy, but he has got damage. Yeah, wait, no, it wasn't Ocampo, sorry. You can see there clearly it was not him. Don't know who. Verstio, sorry. Verstio was the one who went for the undercut. Sorry, I got the 2 Red Bulls mixed up there. As the McLaren and Ferrari getting close once again. Ultra violating the track limits there. Olsen diving into the pit lane. He's going for the undercut strategy on Ultra to get rid of their mediums now. 7 laps on the softs. Bit of a risky move that, to be honest. Well, we'll just have to see how it works for him as Ferrari comes to pits. However, many drivers getting held up in the process of all the chaos that's going on here in the pit lane. Now, Blade will get ahead of Ferrari. Ferrari's slowing down there. UK will getting a penalty for corner cutting as, oh god, A.G.E taking a very big risk there. But it's worked out. He's now out the pits and he's ahead of the hyperdrive driver. The AlphaTauri is now in P11 coming out the pit lane. Now all that chaos there has allowed Verstio to build a huge gap to the cars behind. Now that is absolutely mental. Now Olsen looks to be the net race leader as he has got to Vendetta in the pit stops. Also stuck by livery, going for a move into Cop's corner, down the inside and through into 3rd. So yeah, now he's back into clear air, and that's not going to be good for Ultra. He will not be happy about that. He's going to lose this race lead. And the virtual safety car is out! Ahmed Silla out of this race. He's hit the wall there. It's clear. And into the pits comes Ultra. Perfect timing for the Ferrari driver, who's moving on to another set of medium tyres, leaving his pit box. Oh, what insane look for him. David Sergio is not going to gain as much under this virtual safety car. However, he will gain a tiny bit of time. He's not going to lose as much time in this pit stop. And then as his final tyres come on, the VSC ends and Ultra is by far out in the lead. Olsen's chances of victory seem to be pretty much over. He needs a miracle now to be able to win this race. Ultra will have to probably DNF. That's just my guess. It's a pretty realistic one. So yeah, this race has been flipped on its head. There will be no fight for the win by the looks of things. I do imagine though Olsen should be quicker initially due to him being on the soft tyre, and that is quicker than medium for a few laps. As you came all down in P20, as he's gonna puncture the rear right went. That's what's happened to the Brit in his home Grand Prix, running a special helmet, as you can see right there, a hybrid of his famous one which he used for like 10 seasons now, and also a Lewis Hamilton 2020 helmet. So yeah, that is not going to be a helmet that wins today's race. It is a nice helmet though, as Ultra gets a 5-second penalty for cutting the corner, and Olsen just unable to be quicker than Ultra. Olsen also gets one for track limits. As Versio and Wano, they're going to fight. Oh, they hit each other! And Wano into the wall. Versio making contact with him. Wano is listed as the driver to blame. He's got a 5-second time penalty as Ferrari's trying to inch his way through the slower cars in front. Bledjar's will get ahead of him, Wano. And Wano's face, though, is going to be pretty much destroyed there. He's got front wing damage. He's got worn tyres, livery into the wall there as well. Drivers starting to come victim to that wall. Hey, don't you love how commentary can just become more alive when one thing happens like that? Honestly, gotta love it. David Saracera, he's quite a distance off of Olsen. He's got fresher tyres than Benedetto. To Benedetto, though, it appears to be quicker than Saracera. Will Saracera be overtaken? Looks like he will. In the Magnussen Beckett, the Ford and McLaren side by side. Now, who will get DRS? That's the question. It is David Saracera who flies by that McLaren without any challenge and will be looking to try and break the 1 second barrier. We enter the lap now with Ultra being our race leader, currently going for a record 6 wins in a row. If I recall correctly, that has never been achieved in this league before, and Ultra is looking to change that. He's rewriting history as we speak at the moment with an excellent performance. 6 wins in a row. Never would have thought I'd be saying that, but it looks like it could well be happening. Remember, David Saracera won the first 5 races on Monaco. Of 2019, sorry. Then to lose 6 in a row at Monaco. Well, he could do it, but his rival Ultra looking to do it just a few seasons later on. Yeah, leading down by 11 seconds. He could easily make another pit stop probably, because Olsen times they're falling off a lot. So I do believe Ultra could just make a second stop and he'll be fine. However, he has not got a reason to make another stop because his tyres are doing just fine. UK, although, after having to make another stop, currently miles away off anyone. Eduardo is the closest driver. They're in completely different sectors right now. But Olsen, he's in the pits. David Saracera, 5-second penalty for track limits. As Saracera obviously staying out, Bledjar has got a corner cut warning as his tyres are gone, but he's staying out anyways. Theo also coming in for fresh mediums, Olsen's on fresh softs. Clearly happy that 4 laps is the way to go. His tyres though will be pretty much gone. Looking at the way Bledjar Solics are, as we just went on board for him momentarily before. Palomino, 5-second penalty for track limits there. As we see Olsen, he is currently miles away from anyone. On fresh tyres though, what sort of pace will he have? Well, that's what we're going to find out. Will he be able to close the gap to the guys ahead? Well, we'll see. As Bledjar Sonic and Ferrari alongside in the Cops corner, or through Cops corner, Now Max Beckett's just like up into 5th. Ferrari will try to fight this one back, but the Ford's just not got speed. And the hyperdrive moves up into 5th position. Lap 11 begins. We have 3 more laps to go in this race. Ultra very much not wanting to pit. If he wanted to pit, he probably would have pit now. But yeah, the hyperdrive completely clearing the Ford. Currently on target to try and get up ahead some more places. Not ready for the slide though. Diving in the pits comes Blade Sonic and Rafael Ferrari. Both of them 5-second penalties, so this is a complete race between the two. It is medium time for both of these drivers as well. Also now up in the 5th because of them pitting. They are 7th and 6th. Now I'm curious who's going to be ahead. Well, it's going to be Blade Sonic. Ferrari cannot get ahead of the hyperdrive. One picks up a 5-second time penalty for track limit, I think I said, if I recall correctly. We have also now gained 6 seconds on Ultra. It's not enough now to get this race win. There's nowhere near enough laps, and the tyres will have nowhere near enough life. We came all 3 warnings now. He's at risk of another penalty down at P20. But yeah, this race has been all over the place. Not been any definitive position or anything for anyone. Now, one thing I can say though is Olsen is challenging the podium here. Lap 12 out of 13. A.G.E on his debut race, currently sitting in 3rd position. 3 warnings track limits. He's pushing that car very much. He's pushing it very hard, in fact. Olsen on the inside of his teammate, ahead of his teammate. And that is him up in the 4th position. He is only 2 seconds away from A.G.E. But with the pace he's currently got, it is very much possible he could get this position this lap. It's been a great debut race for A.G.E. However, he looks to fall to Olsen, who's back onto the grid. He's already a multiple time race winner. And yeah, all he needs to do is just find that opportunity to get ahead of the AlphaTauri on the inside line. A.G.E will be overtaken. Olsen is now up into 3rd place and is now into the podium places. Finally, he has done it. Okay, that comeback from the 2nd pit stop is almost complete. All he needs to do now is get within 5 seconds of Serkiera, and I think you can say it's a successful comeback then. But also Olsen needs to avoid getting a penalty, and then he'll be able to do it. As Ultra does pick up a 2nd penalty, he's out on 10 seconds worth of time penalties. Serkiera will cross the line, but Olsen's got a penalty. Oh my god. Why did I just predict this? But yeah, it looks like Olsen may have not actually gotten Serkiera in time, as his tyres now wearing out. His goal now will be to pull away from A.G.E, who has not got a time penalty. And he's only a couple seconds away from Olsen, so theoretically he could still get onto the podium in his first ever race. Of course, he's increased the count of Brazilian drivers on this grid. With a 5-second time penalty, he's down to 14th place. Ultra though is heading into the final few corners already. It's been mega. Now here it is. Ultra he's done it. He's dominated this race. The virtual safety car gave him some good luck. But here we go, round the final corner. The record is broken. Ultra wins 6 races in a row. David Serkiera will be looking to finish in 2nd place, as he looks to be fine for that. 2 more track limits, but his position nonetheless is completely safe. Olsen's going to cross line 3rd, but we are awaiting the final result to see whether he keeps that position. Well, he's keeping it because A.G.E has just picked up a penalty. As across the line he comes, and he was already over 5 seconds behind. He wouldn't have got it anyways. Deverdo though will also miss out on the 3 position. Versio finishes in 6th from Takaman Horn. Bogdasarov and Blade Sonic right behind. Blade Sonic will be promoted up into 7th position at the end of that one. Then we have Ferrari, Henley, who's got a penalty, then Eduardo and Palomino for Capital right behind car style is not going to benefit off of anyone. Campbell does set the fast lap of the race now, marking out on a 5-second penalty now for track limits. Across the line, it's P15 and 16 for Sauber, that's Mike 17 and 17. UK Wall recovers up to 80s with Lamfong and Livery, both a lap down. And that is it, the end of the British Grand Prix. So this is the podium celebrations ultra winner of today from Davey Cerqueira and Jensen Olsen. So yeah, I can't believe it. It's been an epic race there. Ultra getting a bit of luck for that virtual safety car, but he's shown nonetheless he will get this championship with ease. That's another 25 points he can put onto his lead. He now leads by 26 points to Marcus Adelaide. But yeah, with that, there's nothing else to say other than let's listen to the Colombian national anthem. So we went for the podium. Olsen, Ayano, Dodger, Castillo, Leclerc, Ferrari, Van Horn, Boxar, Headley, Eduardo, Palomino, Ocampo, Sarto, Hart, Stevie, Lamfong, Silver and Reno both retiring earlier on in the race. But with that, we are done in the United Kingdom to end off this race. Whew, we're pretty much halfway through the season now. Can't wait to see you next time when the F1 Classic returns for the next round of the season.